Bleddyn, you must have seen an awful number of games in this stadium over the last 30 odd years, as well as the 333 you played for Tigers, but much more humble surroundings for your first introduction to Leicester Tigers.
Yes, a huge difference. I think this ground for about 40 or 50 years never changed at all, but since it went professional it's changed dramatically, as we can see at this moment in time, but that's been great. Now, the huge difference for recruitment, first of all, you've got scouts, and they look at 11-year-olds and 13-year-olds and go to schools and they sign them on and they go through the academy. Whereas how they recruited me was like this. Just over there, beyond, across the railway station, is the YMCA. And I came up here to teach when I was 21. After the first day's schooling, I went up back to the YMCA and I thought I'll have a look around. So I had a look around town, around the city, would see what it's like. And I walked down from the YMCA down to the rec, and I could see some rugby players playing touch rugby. Now, little did I know they were the Tigers. I asked them, can I join you? And they said, yeah. So I ran back up to the YMCA, put my tracksuit on and ran down. That night, I joined Leicester Tigers Club. And the same night, but I think he was invited, Peter Wheeler joined, because he played, I think he played for Kent or Old Brooklyans or whatever. And that's how I started with the Tigers.
You also, as well as training over there, you actually played a couple of first team games on the surroundings of the rec.
They weren't very auspicious, the surroundings, because it was a public recreation ground and anyone could walk there, and there was dogs and all kinds of things. We used to have a tetanus injection before we started the season because of the danger, or the health danger there. When I was in the second or third team, and sometimes I was dropped from the first team, you change in the same room, behind the post, same room as the first team. So you could hear Chalky White blasting his thoughts to the players. And we had to carry the posts, if I was in the second or third team, over to the rec and put them up.
And then 333 games onwards, you join Radio Leicester.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, yeah, my predecessor, the predecessor was a gentleman called Van Hopkins. He was on the Tigers committee, and in 1967, Radio Leicester was the first ever local radio station. And Van, because Van had a great voice, he was the voice of Radio Leicester in those days, and he was a master of the English language, he got appointed, and he was still on the committee. And so that was 67. And there's only been two commentators. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. He did 20 years, and I've done 30 years. I can't imagine myself playing, you know. Yeah. But there were days when I do commentate. When you get a lovely day like today, you think, oh, I'd love to be out there, especially when I first started commentating. And I've seen some wonderful games there. And I've been spoiled, because Tigers over the last 30 years have been top of the tree.